Increasingly, PhDs are planned and project managed, and that's definitely the case in Australia, and I think it's happening across the world. So, what does an ideal PhD plan look like? At the moment, I'm not really sure what that is, but I think I could have a good stab at it. Firstly, I think there are several plans that you need to make. The first one is a plan that covers your entire PhD. The next one is a plan that covers each year. The next one is a plan that covers weeks or months, and the next one is a plan that covers days of the week. I'm not saying that everything needs to be planned out in detail across all of those things, just you need to go to the level of detail that's necessary for each plan. And I think each plan shouldn't be longer than a page at all. And then you might update the plan, one of the plans, as you go. So for example, if your research experiment doesn't work out this week, it doesn't mean you change your yearly plan. You change the plan for next week rather than anything else. And that means you don't have to have lots of different, that means you have more plans, but you make less changes to your plan. Some things that I think should be in your plan. The first thing, a lit review in year one. And in year one, you should be developing your research skills such that in year 2 and 3 in particular, you can make some progress. But year one's all about learning and getting up to speed. Year 2 is all about data collection in my mind, and then also learning to and making sure that you write things correctly. And record them correctly in your research notebook, for example. Year 3 should be the final touches on any research experiments that need to be done, and then spending a lot of time actually writing your PhD. And if you need a year 4, that's definitely where you focus on writing. If you want to think about a yearly plan, generally how I would think about breaking down an individual year would be to break it down into lots of 12 weeks. So that's 4 lots of 12 weeks. That means 48 weeks, which gives you 4 weeks of leave. And then within those 12 weeks, you might spend 10 weeks doing work and the other 2 weeks doing a combination of reviewing what you've done, planning for the next 12 weeks, and writing up stuff and having a break. So hopefully that'll help you out there. From a monthly perspective, what I think about here is not specifically what you might do in a month, but the kinds of things that might influence what happens in a particular month. So December being quite busy for Christmas and Christmas related things, January being a time that lots of academics take off, and so is an opportunity for PhD students to get access to equipment and reagents and infrastructure that they might not otherwise get access to. Then you've got, when things happen on campus in terms of start dates, end dates, examinations, all those kinds of things. So noting those kinds of things on a monthly basis is quite useful. And really, there's nothing more detailed than that to me. And that's just going to give you a bit of a heads up. Oh, what would I expect from my supervisor this month? Are they going to be busy? Are they going to be frustrated with certain things or how things are panning out? So that's useful to know. On a weekly plan, what do I think you should do? I think you should definitely have a plan to take 2 days off a week. I don't really care whether it's Saturday and Sunday, but have 2 days off per week, and it doesn't have to be consecutive. So I've heard lots of people argue that the days off in a week should be Wednesday and Sunday. So that's entirely up to you what you do and how it works for you, but definitely take 2 days off. Then I reckon you should be doing about 8 hours work per day, or having a work day that looks like 8 hours long. So that could be 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 8 to 4. It could be a bit longer, but make sure you have a defined start time and a defined end time. And then what would a structure of a week roughly look like? Well, on day 1 of your week, you would review your plan and check that it makes sense. Then, and obviously start your work. Day 2, 3, and 4 are probably doing experiments and collecting data, probably doing a little bit of data collation and cleaning, perhaps doing some analysis. Day 2 and 3 and 4 probably spending writing, and then day 5 you're still going to do your experiments and whatnot, but now day 5 is all about finishing out the week. So you're looking back on what you did, checking your plan against your actual to make sure that you're getting good at planning, and then you're planning your next week ahead in terms of data collection and writing, etc. again. Your plan for any particular day can be whatever you like, but I really encourage people to work in sprints, so 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of rest. Now, for some of you, and for my PhD in particular, as an example, it's really hard, you might argue, to take that 5 minutes break. So then adjust that out, maybe make it 28 minutes work, 2 minutes break. And the 2 minutes is really just an opportunity to put down your kit and just focus. You can do a quick meditation, you can go for a walk. It's not meant to be disruptive, it's just meant to give you a bit of a reset, a bit of a relaxation. It's kind of like if you were to go for a run, for example, and you just decided, yeah, I needed to have a break. This is this equivalent to walking for a little bit before you start running again. I would strongly encourage you to only check email twice a day, and that would be about 2 hours after your workday starts and about half an hour before your workday finishes. Don't spend any longer than 20 minutes at one time on your email, maybe 25 if you want to go with the sprint rest idea. If you can't handle the email in a minute, then don't do anything with the email other than to allocate time to work on it and put that in your diary, and then reply to the sender to say this is when they can expect a proper response from you. But you need to let them know that you've seen it, and you need to communicate to them when you're going to get them information by. So there are some ideas about planning your PhD. I hope they're useful. I'd love to know how you go. Send me an email, send me a SMS, or comment below as to what planning strategies work for you and your PhD.